When you live for approval, when you live for feeling like you belonging, for pleasing other people, for being accepted, for being loved, when you live for that and make decisions based on that, well, you are being shaped by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of disappointing others, fear of not being accepted as you are, not loved as you are. You are blocking yourself from growing and becoming the version of you that has the goals that you aspire to have, that has the dream life that you want to create. In this video, we are going to see why you do this and then have actions to help you let go of that version of you that has to die, that old version of you that is not aligned with the version of you that has everything, that is not allowing you and helping you get the things that you want to get in life. So we're gonna have different actions for you to grieve that version of you, let go of the old version of you, and be able to grow and become your future self, the future self that is able to have the things that you want. If you don't have the things that you want, it's because you are not that person. You have to grow and become that person to get the things that you want in life. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aziza. If you don't know who I am, I help you embrace your growth journey and go after your dream life and create your dream life. I used to be that way. I used to be the person that is people pleasing and that wants to make other people happy so I can feel better about myself. Be kind so I can feel like I'm a good person. My old me needed approval and needed belonging. Now I need alignment. I used to measure my worth by how accepted I felt, by how comfortable people were with me, by how many people liked me and enjoyed me, by how good I can make other people feel good about themselves. I thought I was doing life right until I realized, wait, I'm actually honoring and putting everybody else's before my need, before my growth, before my happiness, before my joy. So if you like this, if you live for approval and if you make decisions based on fear of rejection, on fear of confrontation, on fear of being rejected and not accepted, not loved for who you are without your performance. If you make decisions based on those things instead of truth, you can change that. How to change that? When you are asked to do something, when someone asks something of you, and when you are about to make a decision, before saying yes, ask yourself, am I choosing this? Am I saying yes out of love and alignment? Or am I saying yes out of fear? And then go from there. When you say no to people, all of a sudden, people that, especially people that know you and are used to you saying yes to everything, well, you might see your relationships take a turn. And the more you are going to grow and focus on yourself and honor yourself, and the more lonely it can get. Growth is lonely. There is a phase where you are going to be very lonely because you are shedding the relationships that are not aligned with your new version. You cannot take everybody with you in your next level in life, in your future self, in your future life, and where you're going. You just can't, and that's just what it is. Some people are meant for a certain period of time in your life. In life, you have to release to be able to receive. It's just like breathing. You have to exhale in order to be able to inhale. When you grow, it's also making space for new, making space for things that are aligned with the new version of yourself that you're growing to become. And that old version of you that is dying, that you have to grieve and let go, is the glue to the relationships that you have in your life until this point. So your growth will shake the foundation of those relationships. The relationships that are meant to stay and are solid and are meant to be with you to the next chapter in your life, they will stay, they will follow you there. It's the misaligned relationships, it's the relationships that are not aligned with the new version of you that will crumble, that will fall back, that will fall away. Literally, some relationship will literally just disappear. You don't even know what happened. And you didn't even have to say nothing, you didn't have to do nothing. the relationship literally just disappear, and it's no animosity and argument and fight and cry and hurt and pain. It literally just dissemble and disappear. Some are going to be difficult to let go of and are going to be difficult to be accepted by the other person too. Remember, growth isolates before it liberates. When I started my growth journey and I started honoring myself and I started making sure that I would say yes when it was aligned, and not out of fear, not out of fear of rejection, and not out of fear of, oh my God, they're not gonna love me anymore if I don't do this for them. Well, I started feeling misunderstood. I started feeling very, very alone. I started feeling not supported, and that hurts. It's not easy. But it is a necessary step that you have to take, a necessary part of your process. And when that happens, when you are confronted to your loneliness in your growth and that you are honoring yourself, you are going to be tempted to go back to your old ways, to your comfort zone. But instead, starting today, instead of shrinking and going back to your old ways and that old version of you, no, let go of that old version of you and stay in the discomforts. Let yourself outgrow spaces and relationships that no longer serve you, that no longer fit your standards. And this brings me to the next point, which is why people resist your growth. Why people resist you. Your growth forces others to confront what they haven't changed, and that's why they want to freeze you in time. That's why they pull you back in your old ways. They don't want you to change, because you changing forces themselves to face the fact that they are very much stagnant. They are not evolving. So you will be challenged to being pulled back to your old version and your old ways and your old roles that you played in your life and in your relationship. So when that happens, take a pause and notice who supports your growth and who supports your evolution versus who only supports your comfort. This will help you identify the relationships that are helping you go forward in life and achieve your goals and become that version of yourself that you are on your way to become. You are becoming her. That is why you are being confronted with this loneliness in your growth, because you are transforming, you are evolving. And then you will be able to identify the people that do not belong to that growth, that do not help you grow. That's why you put boundaries with the people that don't support your evolution and growth, and then don't help you grow and achieve your goals and become that version of yourself that you aspire to become. Well, it's time to set boundaries. Setting boundaries, I have a whole video about this. I will link it probably at the end of the video, like the suggestion for the next video to play, because setting boundaries is a whole process on its own. And setting boundaries is not just for other people, it's also for you. It's mainly for you. You have to set boundaries and respect, honor those boundaries. So check out my next video about setting boundaries, or put Aziza Horizon boundary setting in your research bar and you will find the video. This will help you set boundaries with the people that are not helping you grow, that are not supporting your growth, and that might be just misaligned. They are not meant to come to the next chapter in your life. You have to grieve your old self. You have to grieve your old identity. When I let go of my old self, I felt like I was losing a part of me, which I was. But I really felt like I was almost like betraying my history and not honoring who I was, because I had to let go of a version of me that served me for the longest, but it doesn't serve me anymore. It doesn't align with me anymore. It doesn't align with my goals and with what I aspire to become and to who I am and to feel good about myself. But it was a process on its own to grieve my old self, to let it die, to think it and let it go. It's hard because even unhealthy identities, they feel safe to you. They feel safe to us because it is familiar. This is what we know. This is what our brain knows. This is what we are comfortable with. And this is what we identify with. So you have to grieve, and to grieve the identity, to grieve the old you that is dying, that you have to let die and let go. Write down the patterns of you that are hard to let go of. Write down the things that you are afraid to release. And then write the cost of keeping it. Write the cost of keeping your old habits, your old patterns, your old walls, your old belief, your old identity. Write them down and then write the cost of them. If that cost you your peace, if that cost you your growth, if that cost you your dreams and your goals and your success, you know you have to grieve them and let them go. If you don't release the old you, if you don't let die the old version of you to grow, well, it has a price, like everything in life, and the price is very, very expensive. It is stagnation. When you don't release and let go of the old you and your old patterns that don't serve you, that are not aligned with you anymore, aligned with the things that you want to achieve, you are going to be stagnant. And stagnation slowly steals your self-respect. It steals your self-esteem. It steals your confidence. When you look at people that are successful, those people are confident. Those people have self-esteem. Those people believe in themselves. They believe in their dream, in their business idea, in their music career, artist career, acting career, successful businesses, successful investment portfolios, whatever it is that they are successful, they believe, they are confident that they are going to achieve their goals, and that's why they achieve those goals. And how they achieve those goals is by shedding the old version that is not aligned with the new goal and go after the new version and grieve that old version. You have to release the old you. Otherwise, being stagnant is what is going to eat your dreams away. So to do that, to grieve your old self and make sure you don't stay stuck and keep growing, choose one uncomfortable action today that your future self will thank you for, and do it. To recap, to let go of your old self, to let your old identity die so you can grow and become your future self, become the person that has the things that you want and achieve the goals that you have. One, before you say yes to something, ask yourself, am I saying yes out of love and alignment, or am I saying yes out of fear of rejection, out of fear of confrontation, out of fear of not belonging and not being loved? After that, you go with the one that is aligned, the answer that is aligned. You go with that one. The more you honor yourself and your future self and the person you aspire to become, to have the things, the more you do this, the more you are creating and embodying that version of you, that identity of you, because you are honoring yourself. By honoring yourself, you are creating self-esteem, self-love, confidence. You are boosting yourself, you are motivating yourself, and you are also cleaning your environment of the things that don't align, that don't serve you. And that doesn't mean you are a bad person. That doesn't mean you are cold. That doesn't mean you are selfish. No, that means you are honoring yourself, and that's what you're supposed to do. Nobody else is gonna honor you. If you don't honor you, if you don't respect you, if you don't respect your time, honor your time, protect your energy, people are not gonna do it for you. So make sure you ask yourself every time now, instead of saying yes, am I saying yes out of fear or out of alignment and love? Second, embrace the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort and don't go back to your old ways. Your old identity will fight. Your brain is going to fight before it really releases the identity that it's been comfortable in. So embrace the discomfort. Don't go back to the old you and the old patterns. Learn how to stay strong and learn how to embrace that new you by not shrinking to feel connected, by not shrinking to feel comfortable again. Let yourself outgrow spaces and relationships that no longer align with who you're becoming and that doesn't fit your standards. Number 3, notice who supports you, your growth and evolution, and who supports your comfort, who supports your old version, who supports the old version of you. Once you identify and notice who supports only your comfort, set boundaries. Step 4 is write down what you are afraid of letting go and what it costs you if you don't release it. And finally, step 5, choose one thing that is uncomfortable for you to do today that your future self will thank you for. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below, what is the step 5 for you? What is the uncomfortable action that you are taking today that your future self will thank you for. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and I hope it is helpful, and I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye bye.